welcome to this video on Comprehension Passage Example 2. This is a continuation of my video on Comprehension Passage Example 1. There we discussed one example passage under the concept Comprehension Passage, which is prescribed for the paper Compulsory Foundation Course in English in the Unit B Composition part. The paper is there for the stream 4th semester BCA, BSc, BA, BCom, BSW at Mangalore University. Welcome to today's video. In the last video as well as in the previous videos made on this concept, we discussed that the concept comprehension passage can be approached with some steps. Among the steps, the first one is to read the passage quickly, that is a quick reading, or it is considered as skimming. Then we go to questions, we read the questions, and then we apply scanning. We go or read the passage selectively, where we actually need the answer to the questions. Then we concentrate on each questions, and finally we locate the areas in which the question has the answer, and we read only those questions and then write the answer to the question. These are the different steps followed in answering the comprehension passage. We also practiced or made a demo in the last video that how to do or apply these 5 steps in approaching comprehension passage. Let's see one more passage today. So usually it is read the following passage, the instruction, and answer the questions that set on that. You see the first paragraph of the passage. Let's look at the passage. You see greatest advances in modern technology, and you see invention of computers as so, and they are already widely used in industry and universities. So there is hardly any sphere of human life where computers have not entered. And then we see heading fast to the on the close of this present century towards a situation when a computer will be as much part of man's daily life. So this is then it's clear that the passage is based on some invention, some technology, that is computer technology, and here we set our track to go ahead. That means we coming out of all other scattered focus, we center our focus on the line of thought related to technology, particularly computer. And moreover, we here see the very introduction to the importance of computer, how widely used it is another. And another thing is, this passage was actually written few years ago, where before the present advancement in computer technology. Therefore we find some kind of difference in the tone, where an expectation for a magic through the computer was running. Anyhow, we move on to second paragraph. In the second paragraph it continues, computers are capable of doing extremely complicated work in all branches of learning. They can solve the most complex mathematical problems or put thousands of unrelated facts in order. See, the passage is trying to say what are the unique features of computer, how they are helpful, even how they can count things in number of times, and you can also see using them for accurate and speed calculation or work, and the whole process where we use these computer machine for our work is called automation. That is introduced, a new term is introduced, that is important. See, as I already told you in the last video, we have to focus on some key terms that appear in each passage. A kind of underlining is made in mind itself. You don't have to underline it on the question paper, but you can underline in the mind itself, in the sense you should remember those key terms. For example, here we have automation is a key term, and we have speed and accuracy, right? Accuracy and speed as the two important features of computer that has contributed for its effective work, all these things. Then we move on to next third paragraph. There it continues. Some years ago, an expert on automation, Sir Leon Bagrit. So we have opinion from some expert named Leon Bagrit, What does he say? That is, he says it was mistake to believe that these machines could think. There is some kind of difference in attitude about them is there here. Mr. Bagritio says, he points out that there was a mistaken, belief that the machines could think. So he puts his argument that there is no such possibility that humans cannot be or will not be controlled by these machines. So likewise, we also see why it is so. ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಡಿಟೈಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ವೈ ದೇ ಕಾಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ಲಿ. That is the thing then. So anyhow, move on to next paragraph. You see, his further opinion, Sir Leon's opinion, said that in the future computers would be developed which would be small enough to carry in the pocket. So the future has already in present now, but still you see ordinary people would then be able to use them to obtain valuable information. Computers could be plugged into a national network and be used as like radios. For instance, people going on holiday could be informed about weather conditions. Car drivers can be given alternative routes. See, all these things are going on today. Maybe the maps or the weather conditions are in forecasted through our mobile apps. So see, present experience of you can be matched with the thoughts mentioned in a passage. That makes your understanding easy. You should have that attachment with the paragraph instead of going for a detachment, that thinking that paragraph as something which is not related to our own life. Sometimes we find things in our life incompatible with the things discussed in the paragraph. Matching between both will make you remember things better. That is the thing you can see in this case, in this paragraph. For example, ಇವತ್ತು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು recall it again while answering the question. Then we see paragraph 5 that deals with the importance of machines. The very beginning starts with importance of machine of this sort. For many, international misunderstanding are caused simply through our failure to understand each other. Therefore, these can help and will also be used for ordinary public hospitals. The usage of computers in public hospitals is introduced. How they can be used, those things are there here. Patient system ಅನ್ನು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಇಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ದೆನ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್ಸ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಆನ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಡೇಟ್. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಬಳಸಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ or effectively computer can be used is hospital, that is introduced. It continues in the next paragraph. Their bookkeepers and accountants too could be relieved of dull work because it becomes monotonous. Dull work that can be relieved with the help of computer. Tedious task of compiling and checking list of figures could be done entirely by machines. Computer will also be able to tell the exact age of man. So you see here the further uses of computer. Two most important places where they can be used effectively are mentioned. And finally, computers are more efficient servant man has ever had, and there is no limit to the way they can be used to improve our lives. Like that, it concluded by saying that they are the most efficient servants. Because of the above examples, it becomes true, right? Anyhow, likewise, the passage introduced the benefits of computer, saying how they are become part and parcel of our day-to-day life ಅನ್ನೋದು. Anyhow, move on to the question section now. After making a skimming, a quick reading, I made a loud reading. We cannot do that loud reading in exam hall or wherever you face these kind of questions in competitive exams. That is to be done in the silent, in silent reading. Right? Silent ಆಗಿ ಓದಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Find out the word in the passage which mean monotonous ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. See, when you find the word monotonous, it is a synonym or a collocation of a word used in the passage. You should think of the thought here where somebody or something is described as monotonous. Yeah, in the 6th paragraph, we have that idea, right? In the 6th paragraph, see, it is not in the order now. The question, a first question is not from the first paragraph. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. So, ಅದನ್ನ observe ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Yeah, in the 6th paragraph, we had a line here. Two could be relieved of dull clerical work, right? Bookkeepers and accountants too could be relieved of dull clerical work for the tedious task of compiling and checking list. Here, dull means monotonous, right? So you can find out this based on the idea, right? Not certainly difficult to search the word here. You cannot find the word monotonous anywhere in the passage. You are asked to find the synonym. So there are many synonyms also. ತುಂಬ ಸಿನಾನಿಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಮೋನೋಟನಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಂದೇ ಡಲ್ ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಈ ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಹುಡುಕೋದು? ಬೈ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಐಡಿಯಾನ ನೀವು ಬೆನ್ನು ಹತ್ತಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಫಾಲೋ ದ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಹಿಯರ್. ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದ 6th ಒನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ದಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೀಪರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಡಲ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೊಕೇಟ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ write the answer as dull here, right? It should be dull. Then how do computers help research work? That's the next question. So now also keyword for you is to find out research. Where is research? That word research is there in the second paragraph. You can see here, because they work accurately at high speed, they save research workers. Research workers is mentioned here, right? So because they work accurately at high speeds, here you can go you can search the idea. Even word can also help you, research and word, but idea here is that they work accurately and speed. That is the answer, right? Because if they work accurately and speed, they are helpful, right? Therefore computers help research work as they work with speed and accuracy is the answer. You can say so. Yeah, move on to next one, third. According to Sir Leon Bagrit, so when the word to think that computers can control human beings, it was dash to think is there here. Opinion of Leon Bagrit is there in one paragraph, that is paragraph 3. You should go to that one. See what else he says. He says, pointed out that it was a mistake to believe, right? It was a mistake to believe is there here. So therefore here it is believe is not used, instead think is there. It was mistake to think, or it was wrong to think. You can say it was wrong to think, or it was mistake to think. That's how you can answer this part. It was a mistake to think is possible, right? And fourth one, the author in the opening of the passage says that computers will become an dash part of man's daily life. This idea, man's daily life, is there in the first paragraph. The author says something about a computer in man's daily life. So just when you locate this, search it, scanning it, right, you will find out that as much as a man's daily life is there here. That means presently in the present century towards the situation when a computer will be as much a part of man's daily life as a telephone or calculator is there here. So by going through this idea, you can say it is integral part of life, right? Every essential part of life or integral part of man's daily life, you can say so, right? So you see, you needn't answer as it is, the way original passage word is there. You can go with the other word which has the same meaning. That is another possibility, right? Then move on to next question. So this is earlier 4 questions were of 1 mark. Now we are entering the 2 marks questions. 3 questions for 2 marks is equal to 6. Totally comprehension passage is there for 10 marks. Exam nalli 10 marks sigide. When we go to the first one, you see, why does the writer call computer one of the greatest advances in modern technology? So somewhere writer says this phrase greatest advances. We have to locate it. See, very first line in the passage starts with that. One of the greatest advances in modern technology has been the invention of computer. Okay. Illi ee line answer alla. We have to find out the answer through the other sentences. They are very already widely used in industry and universities. There is hardly any sphere where of human life where computers are not used. These things are presented, right? Based on that, and they have become integral part of man's daily life. These are the ideas. Based on that ideas, you have to formulate the answer as, you can say here as, for example, because the computers are widely used today, that there is hardly any sphere of human life where they are not present. That's how you can, I think, answer. Then when come to the second, mention 2 areas wherein computer can be effectively used. All of you probably recall while reading the passage, we just discussed 2 areas. So those areas can be located very easily, because 5th paragraph and in the 5th paragraph and again in the sixth paragraph. In the fifth one, we have public hospitals, right? Discussion of public hospitals as in one area. And in the sixth one, we have discussion of bookkeepers and accountant, right? So we can, by using these, we can formulate our answer here as computers. Just two words are enough, I think. Computers can be used effectively in public hospitals, also by bookkeepers and accountants. At last, we have one more question. What is automation? How does automation help human beings? There are two parts in the question. We have the word keyword automation. Just you need to scan for the word automation. You'll find out automation in second paragraph. There, the idea is presented. No single direct sentence is available for you to answer here. But you see here, computer is used in human work. The whole process of using computer in human work, like calculation, like there are a number of things given here, right? Counting, word assisting, word processing. This is known as automation. So by understanding the process, you have to define here as, and the process of using computers to do various work for us is called automation. How does automation help human beings? Automation helps human beings to have more leisure than they do today, as it can help us complete our work easily using computers. The line is available in the passage. This line is available here. You can see here that this whole process, automation enable human beings to far more leisure than they do today is there here, right? It is readily available here, right? Then I think it's clear, right? So likewise, we can by applying skimming and scanning and going through the passage once again, we can answer the questions that follow. This is the process we can use. Thus we can, by attending questions on reading comprehension, we can further our reading skill, also our vocabulary and language competence. And here one thing we don't just therefore, as we saw in the example cases, example questions in the passage, we don't just concentrate on the meaning of the word, meaning of the words in the passage. We also think of suggested meaning. Sometimes we also think of overall organization of the passage, main idea of the passage. These are other things, right? So with its immense benefits, therefore, reading comprehension is essentially a very useful activity in language learning. With that, I close second example, discussion of second example. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.